What's up, everyone? This is a speedrun of Resident Evil 2 Remake, Claire's B scenario, on consistent mode, and this is also being played on the PlayStation 4 at 30 FPS. So, less collision checking, and more likely dodges, and, well, enemy AI are more aggressive, and they do more damage, and also they're more likely aggressive as fuck on dodging. And they also launch twice on 30 FPS on standard and hardcore.
Sure you beat me here.
Well, on standard mode. They lunge twice on 100% on hardcore, but standard, they are more likely to lunge more than twice. So it's kind of annoying that way. Claire B has a little bit more RNG, basically, as far as I'm aware and I have dealt with. So certain enemies are pretty much going to be a very, very, very atrocious pain in the ass on Claire B a little bit. I think Claire A might be a little bit more consistent and easy to complete. Besides the first zombies in the main hall in the A scenarios. I always put the crank in slot 1 because I always think that it's more faster that way. Because by putting in slot 1, it's you know, you could just mash the convert button and just get it in there basically, and just get that little bastard to open the door. Just try not to let go of the analog stick whenever you're pointing with stuff sometimes, because, you know, obviously the movement is just gonna fuck us over. Pick up the key here, you know, kind of actually having a bad time for some reason picking up that key. But, however, try let going of the confirm button, basically, the analog stick. Because, you know, you run the chances of straight up, causing Claire to mix up her inventory slots in different slots sometimes, so gotta keep that in mind. Also, I recommend just throwing hand grenades at those zombies, because those guys are atrocious pain in the ass to dodge around in a speed run. Because they're always going to be grouped up together. Sometimes they don't group up together, you could just save that hand grenade, but that means you gotta waste some slots and just straight up delete it, pretty much. Just gonna pick up the key card there. Zom's here. Gonna go for leg shots here. When we miss our shots, we can just switch to the other handgun and just straight up cheese them with the regular 9mm rounds instead of the 60 Colt gun. We have to pick that up in order to make our route and RPD a little bit consistent. Gonna sacrifice like 3 seconds here, just pick up these lock launcher flame rounds. You get these flame rounds in the B scenarios early. Have to pick up that key card upstairs because we need that just so we can straight up, just so we can grab the locker launcher. The locker launcher is going to be a very lifesaver for the run, pretty much. Keep the run going. We're going to hit to the item box here, dump the key and the, no, we're not going to dump the key. We're going to dump the flame rounds and the gun. We need this just so we can get the lock launcher. The dagger is going to be helpful for the liquor. You can't go nilly-nilly with it. That's why I picked it up. Coming up in here. In the office, we're going to pick up the crank in the holes. And because we got the flashbang in the other receiver room, we don't actually have no reason to worry about this guy here. Put this in. Match this into the convert button. Claire's gun is pretty fast, actually, at cheesing zombies. So because it's like fast at cheesing zombies, you know, you can use it to gun down a lot of annoying enemies if you want. That's personally what I recommend, basically, on the most part. Such as Marvin right there. I just gone ahead and shot some of the zombies in the main hall so I can avoid them on RPD2.
What was that? So I can try to see if I can less likely run the risk of dealing with them on RPD2. And obviously this liquor here decided to be a dick and just hit me, basically. There's a dodge that works here as Claire when you just hug that wall, but sometimes the liquor likes to be a dick and just straight up hit you. But that's why that mat spray I picked up in the main hall was just straight up there. I lost like about 3 to 6 seconds because the garbage enemy decided to hit me, basically. Liquors are just straight up trash enemies, but I had to, but the dagger and the mat spray was just straight up there. It was just for the liquor there.
It was specifically just for the liquor, not for the zombies out here. So yeah, you can see it tears ass, but it's actually a slow gun at reloading skills. So I recommend doing things called reload canceling by like swapping your guns or going in the inventory and just straight up getting rid of it. So you can prevent yourself from basically having to have a slow animation time as you're throwing stuff at zombies. I went ahead and shot that other zombie in his leg to get rid of him. Been coming up in here, gonna throw that flashbang, gonna pick up in the other room there. I'm getting rid of that guy so he doesn't get in the way in RPD2. Because he runs the risk of just straight up getting on my goddamn nerves on RPD2, so I fucking rather get rid of him. Same thing with this female zombie, because she straight up likes to get in the way as well too. So certain enemies in the speedrun you have to kill, and certain enemies you don't have to kill. Due to the fact of RNG is that sometimes, you know, when it comes to Resident Evil 2 Remake, there's just enemies that just randomly likes to teleport sometimes. Like, they literally will just randomly teleport after certain frames out of nowhere. It's pretty annoying that way. So sometimes you gotta be a lot aware about that, and because of that, it causes you to be forced to kill the enemy sometimes. But because we're playing as Claire, you know, it's gonna be more worth it to just straight up kill them. Yeah, Claire has a skinny hitbox and she can go for the positive dodges, but we have to dodge lickers later on in that room. So, is it that worth it? No. Just straight up get rid of that guy, because he could just straight up be a problem. We'll come in the STAR's office, grab everything we can. Just pick up every flame rounds and ammo we can get here. We get a little bit more flame rounds in these scenarios, unfortunately. So we're good. So we're kind of a little bit good to go. But that female zombie, like, if I didn't kill her, she would have gotten in the way as I'm coming through here. So I'd rather get rid of her. Same thing with this guy. He sometimes like to be a dick. Got lucky with a headshot there. Basically, you know, just as my same general route is that I make sure that, sometimes, leg shots and certain things are going to probably be a little worth it on regardless if speed is the option or not, because you run the risk of losing a lot of time getting hit by pretty much getting hit in general. So sometimes it's best to just go for the stun or just get rid of the enemy. But in general, on this speedrun, there's not going to be so many enemies you're going to be pretty much forced to kill so much sometimes, depending on which character you're playing as. Killing, in general, it doesn't always eat up so many time saves. You could just get out of the enemy. It just makes things more easy to get rid of the most annoying enemies in speedrun, such as Hennessy there. But unfortunately, I got stun locked by my own flame rounds because, you know, in Resident Evil 2 Remake, the guns you get in the game is actually going to cause you to get stun locked sometimes, depending if it's a projectile gun. If it's a projectile gun, you're more likely to get stun locked. But I went ahead and just killed these guys in the library because these guys are a colossal pain in the ass. I keep having to reset over here in the library because of these guys. Because these guys are way annoying. So I went on ahead and just straight up kill them. Sometimes the Misty won't always get in your way. So, you know, you don't always gotta worry about her, but, you know, she could just straight up be a problem if she feels like it. I'm just doing that so I can just save on inventory space and just avoid picking up a flashbang later on. My inventory is not the thing to be fucked with, pretty much. Anywho, I went on ahead and tried to go for a leg shot on this guy, so I can see if I can get rid of him before RP2. Well, he could still get in the way by crawling right there if he becomes a crawler, a landmine zombie, but I'd rather, you know, try to see if I can get rid of him than not try to see if I can get rid of him. And also, there's a funny little glitch here where if you're reloading with your gun as Claire's going into a dark area, sometimes her flashlight will still be on. But yeah, the zombies in the main hall are kind of a lot of pain in the ass to deal with. Sometimes as Claire, what I prefer to do sometimes is just straight up do lead shots on them, get rid of them. Same thing goes for Leon. But Leon's guns are not going to always be something you want to rely on for kills. And certain sources like that, but, you know, I just do it basically just to get rid of the balls that are annoying enemies.
Hello?
And also, you can see the glitch here again. She still equips her item here. So for Birkin here, we have to make sure we pick up that hand grenade. You know, same as usual, but I thought, like, throwing a hand grenade at him early would probably do a little bit more damage. I'm not actually sure what causes more damage in this boss, red or the hand grenade. Like, I'm trying to see, still trying to find out ways where overflow damage can work during this boss. So because we have Claire 6060 occult gun, her gun is quite strong. I would say pretty much at cheesing enemies. And I guess this was like a bad fight, basically, the way I started this, because I actually was supposed to shoot him in his eyeball there, but I actually fucked up and shot him in his chest instead, basically. That was kind of actually a lot dumb of me forgetting about that. I was supposed to shoot him in his, like, head and stuff like that. I mean, not his head, but his eyeball. So this was pretty much a kind of a bad fight a little bit. Bad time loss of a fight.
What's your mom like? She works at Umbrella.
I did that just so I can save flame rounds overall. Because sometimes, you know, even though you get more flame rounds in these scenarios, you're going to be probably forced to probably
Hopefully you'll get to see her again
do a
soon.
little bit more RNG and just have to
So,
deal with
where's your dad?
cheesing some more enemies pretty much.
Or just
From
my
so
mom?
many constant dumb resets I had to make off of certain enemies in the B
Both
scenario.
of my parents are gone. It's just me and my brother.
I mean, at least,
Over there!
I mean, I don't think it might be that worse than the A scenario enemies, but who knows?
It's Club Ghost.
It's hard to compare both scenarios that I haven't experienced so much
Key
to
card
death.
first. Then that asshole gets what's coming to him.
But anyhow. Yeah, I gotta stop picking up these grenades. I gotta stop picking them up. But, so basically after Birkin, we gotta make sure that, you know, that, like, same as in the A scenario, we gotta make sure we have acid shells equipped for this next part, because it's very reliable to have acid shells equipped for this next part. Sometimes this licker likes to just randomly lick you and stuff, and sometimes it likes to be an idiot and just straight up attack by doing a jump attack. And obviously it randomly decided to get close to me there, so that was actually a lucky fucking dodge. That second licker is a complete fucking shithole. I fucking hate him. I wish I could kill him in the B scenario and the A scenarios, but I can't kill him in the A scenarios, unfortunately. Alright, so this one is gonna always jump down there, but basically I went on ahead and shot that guy with an acid shell, but, you know, I got, like, lucky as hell. And the other one tried to jump at me. I didn't actually think he was going to jump at me that time, because he never likes to jump at me. But, he never likes to jump at me besides the other one. But that guy, I just shot him, basically, because he could sometimes be a colossal pain in the ass and hit me in the back sometimes. And the other one decided to just straight up jump at me, which I didn't think it was going to actually happen at that time, but that was a new thing that I got to keep out in the future, just keep in mind of. Normally, he likes to go around the other corner near the door and just straight up attack me that way. And straight up try to hit me on the way out, basically. There is a dodge to avoid that dodge on the way out. Sometimes you got to go around the... You got to... Like, when you start seeing him start to charge at you, jump on top of you, you got to turn... Like, to keep turning right, basically, in order to avoid it. Also, I came down with a very bad, upsetting General Hyde during this playthrough, so I was kind of actually a lot annoyed during the licker sessions. I'm more than likely to get hit by lickers than I am from zombies most of the time. Like, there's obviously somehow 100% chance out of nowhere in a speedrun to get hit by a licker. There's just 100% chances. Unfortunately, it's pretty annoying. So we can just basically go to the item box there and just dump away the key, dump away those items there. Because I'm not picking up the flashbang, I'm just gonna keep the handgun bullets, the 60/60 Colt handgun bullets, which is, like I said, it's really a good gun to use in the B scenarios. I probably should have just, I don't know, maybe I should have just probably skipped the locker launcher and kept this instead. Nah, because that probably would have been a bad idea. Yeah. Just gonna blast a flame around at that guy as we're getting close to that door. Depends if he crawls or not. Anywho. Gotta make sure we don't have so many grenades in our inventory here, so we don't actually have to free up a second slot. If you have like 11 grenades, you're more than likely to free up some more slots. You have to be forced to. I had to actually check my inventory here because I kind of actually was a lot scared that I accidentally forgot to pick up the crank. And I would probably have to reset if I accidentally forgot to pick up the crank. I was paying attention more to my grenades. We gotta make sure we have the acid shells just straight up equipped for this next part here. The female zombie, like, gets in the way here. Stu shouts in her legs with the bullets here. So we're pretty much good to go. Because she didn't get in the way. She sometimes goes into turbo mode, but she's easy to dodge on consistent mode. Coming over here just for Mr. X, because I'm sick and tired of dodging Mr. X here, because he's so fucking annoying. I'm going to blast an acid shell at him. And, you know, sometimes he'll charge and do a punch attack. Sometimes he'll just straight up miss. Well, sometimes he'll just straight up walk instead of doing it. Because he'll act calmly out of nowhere. But, you know, acid shells causes a lot of hits done on Mr. X. It takes, like, 2 acid shells on consistent mode to kill him. On standard, it takes 6. And it takes too much shells to kill him. But we're not relying on killing Mr. X in this run. There's no point. So, hopefully you unlocked that door earlier, because otherwise you didn't. The run is pretty much completely over. When I had to kill that guy because he can get in the way, I can come back through there. So he likes to be a dick and just straight up hit me as I'm, like, coming through the room later on as I'm dodging Mr. X. And, you know, I'd just rather get rid of him, basically. I probably should not, but, you know, whatever. I honestly just don't fucking like that guy. Not in the slightest. So I just blast acid shell on Mr. X there. And that liquor there, too. Mr. X, in the B scenarios, believe it or not, he actually spawns a lot early on you, pretty much. So he'll pretty much bust down the door the second you unlock that door there, pretty much. He spawns a lot, and I mean a lot early. So I didn't think I was going to be forced to use acid shells there, because I thought I was going to have to go for a dodge on Mr. X, but I got lucky and managed to just straight up dodge Mr. X there without having to worry about more constant momentum, unfortunately, but that was actually luck-based. Oh, also like a lot of grenades, but however, I still managed to get around him there. Still shot that liquor though, because I just straight up decided to just do it. In the habit of didn't want to risk the run. He just spawned there out of nowhere. I didn't even think he was going to do that at that time. He has a higher chance of just spawning in front of you immediately after you unlock that door sometimes in the B scenarios. So his spawn points in the B scenarios are very changeable. Not only he spawns early in the B scenarios, he spawns quicker. Like, he literally will be right next to the door. He teleports, pretty much, so he'll be right next to the door after you, like, straight up come out the room, pretty much. I didn't think I was gonna be slower enough to get mashed it up. I heard his audio, so I decided to say fuck it at this point. I was gonna lose a lot of time anyway if I bothered trying to dodge him there. So it was like, at this point, it's rather reset or just straight up just say fuck it and lose some of the time lost there. Because I was gonna lose time getting hit to him by death because I got a liquor there and I got him there. It's like, it's not even gonna be worth it at that point. So I decided to say fuck it, just fuck that shit. I'm not even gonna go for it. I got tired of resetting off of that shit, so sometimes acid shells on Mr. X is just gonna straight up be worth it to just do on him before he comes in that room there. Fitting you. So I do some shots here in the leg so I can save ammo here. But yeah, that's like the most famous of the B scenario that's been changed up for RPD routes, pretty much. So it's pretty much like changed out like that. So, you know, just straight up like getting rid of the worst two enemies. We're more likely to just be using the lock launcher a lot more in the B scenario. So, I mean, cheese for cheese, I say, in my book.
Where's that?
In the neighborhood.
This puzzle is like pretty easy to solve in the B scenarios. So, I'm not actually sure if this is the fastest way to solve this puzzle, but what I do here is I just straight up put the one slot, the first slot you put in the blocks here in slot 3, instead of putting them in a different slot. I just put them in slot 3. That's it. It's only it. Just put it in slot 3, and the solution to the puzzle will literally come to you. Sometimes you can even get a lucky pattern in the puzzle. Instead of it being more randomized, you can straight up basically, you know, just get it to solve for you a lot early. So it's pretty consistent that way. Also, my audio was playing here, which pretty shocked me. My audio cables finally worked this time, instead of me having to reset the game multiple times just to get the audio play to record here. You know, strafing and looking downwards doesn't really always help. Doesn't always like look like it's saving time and causing Sherry to move a lot faster. Actually, it doesn't even look like it's causing her to, well, not saving time, but like more likely making her move faster. Basically,
It's him.
it doesn't even look like just like getting Claire or Leon to do that. I guess like the fastest way is just straight up have your camera go simple like this. I don't actually know. I don't actually know what's going on here. A lot of people just do that a lot. But anyhow. But, pretty much there's not much going on here, so I'm just gonna stay quiet until we play as that's a Sherry, and then say Claire again, pretty much, until we get chances to play as her again. But this session here in the speedrun is very, very boring. Like, boring as fuck. So, you know, just gotta stay quiet.
It's all over now! Doors locked! Where are you? Show yourself! I know you're in here! The longer it takes me to find you, the worse it's gonna be!
Oh God. Oh God.
Little bitch has gotta be here somewhere. God damn it! Son of a bitch.
No more. No more. Please.
This is your last fucking chance! Show yourself! Now! It burns! Nikki! I see you.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
I'm coming in, Sherry! Get over here, you bitch!
That was boring.
Just wait, asshole.
That's like the one boring and annoying thing is playing as Claire is that you have to deal with that whole session and redo that all over again millions of times. That's like the one annoying session. Alright, so because I got tired of resetting here, thanks to Mr. X, we're gonna get him to go a different direction. Tentatively, I guess. And pray that he doesn't get close. Just causing him to turn around and stuff. So we get over here, gonna cook that locker launcher immediately the second we get over here. Gonna blast that ass shell at that guy right through the gurney there, and
Looks
we're
like the
free to
only way
go.
forward.
Alright, so because like we have the gun here, basically, as Claire, the 6060 occult gun. This area of the game is a little bit more better to have equipped because she runs a little bit more faster with this gun equipped without using the lock launcher. That dog, yeah, the dogs tried to troll me here, actually, unfortunately. I got, like, quite scared that that dog was gonna get me at that last moment. Trying to avoid a hit from that asshole. But this dog, he likes to... Sometimes he, like, randomly likes to just stand put out of nowhere. And, like, that dog just... I have no idea what that dog just straight up did. He just... I don't know, his AI just randomly glitched out, I guess. It's RNG if not avoiding taking a hit from this asshole dog. Getting out of the goddamn train. I mean, getting out of the goddamn bus. That dog's a complete dick. He always hits me more likely a lot. The dog likes to just straight up be an asshole and just straight up hit me a lot. And because the second you blast ass shell at that guy and you get out the train, he's more than likely to just jump out and attack you, pretty much, and there's nothing you can do about it. Pretty annoying. Oh god, look at... Did Birkin's face just morph a little bit? Like, yeah, did you guys just see that for a second? His face just started morphing a little bit, like after I skipped the cussing and stuff like that. I don't actually know. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Like, his face twinged a little bit after I skipped the cutscene and shit.
Where are you? Claire! Sherry? I'll be right there! Go, go, go!
Claire! It's behind you!
Don't stop!
Hurry!
Keep going.
Anywho, the...
Go,
Comparing this, excuse me, comparing half of the run here to clear A, you know, because of the Licker and Leon B, clear B,
Can you hear me?
because of Licker and clear B, you actually have to deal with, picking up two more than,
Now I'm gonna smell like shit. Literally.
you actually have to deal with picking more than 2 Met sprays up. See, because you gotta be dealing with picking up more than 2 Met sprays or so. I only like pick up like 3 health in this run pretty much as Claire, because like, you know, Claire has a skinny hitbox overall, so it's like it's better to just pick up like 2 healths and stuff like that. But because like we have to deal with the Licker, you know, we're only gonna pick up that Met spray. We pick up in the first part of the game, and then basically just have like the whole straight up get lucky, honestly, with dodging Licker pretty much.
Hold on, Sherry. I'll be right there.
But just, you know, same as usual, just pick up the green herb in the Aryan's office, and the, you know, just try to pick up the Mets, and also pick up the Met spray in like the Star's office, pretty much. Kind of actually a little bit not sure how many health I used in my run here, so kind of was a little redundant. So because I didn't actually pick up the because I actually had to go to the item box here, I actually had no choice to just straight up just shoot 3 times here in order to free up the bullets in my inventory here. I was kind of a little bit confused on what I was going to go for the sewers here, and I forgot that I wasn't fast enough to do this here, to just straight up get the elevator train to go and just get to the items as quicker as possible and just put all those items away. We only have to put away the other handgun. We're not going to use that ever again for the rest of the run, and just put away the pink key that Claire gets and stuff like that. You know, I have to trade that handgun out anyway so I can get the Magnum here. Because yes, I still pick up the fucking Magnum in this run. It's absolutely fucking helpful. But anywho. Gonna wax these guys in their fucking heads. Also, I forgot to mention, that hand grenade I picked up earlier, the hand grenades I picked up earlier, and picked up just now, were actually useful for the boss battles later on. So, I would not recommend using them. G-Mutant's easy to dodge here, just hug the wall, and you'll just straight up dodge around him. Just straight up don't move in the center lane, because if you do, you'll take hit stun, and you'll do his bullshit attacks, and straight up be an asshole. You want to avoid that as much as you can there. Because this guy here, the zombie on the ground, is so easy to dodge as Leon, it's like, I honestly realized how stupid I was just straight up killing this guy as Claire a lot. Because it's honestly not worth it. Because this guy is simple to dodge. Just pick up the side pack, pick up the puzzle piece, and then just straight up leave. And also, this asshole decided to just straight up spawn. He wouldn't fucking die. I mean, he wouldn't fucking go all the way over there, but he decided to just be a dick and decided to just keep staying there. Man, I fucking hate that G-Mutant so goddamn much, because he just straight up makes you have to be forced to waste ammo. Ammo that we obviously need for boss battles, not for just straight up picking it up, just because of the habit of just cheesing enemies with it. Which is such as the Magnum is just going to be my main weapon to cheese enemies only.
Okay.
Which I'm going to free up inventory space with the Magnum rounds anyway, so whatever.
Jesus.
We don't need to kill that guy's Claire.
Everywhere.
We're not going to have to come back up there ever again. And we're going on ahead and just straight up blast this guy out of the water, slide right by, basically. Just ignore him. He's not going to get away. Flame around him, because he's a fucking asshole. And he straight up likes to attack. We're gonna go ahead and go for a leg shot on this guy. Sometimes doing a leg shot on that guy can be fucking annoying as hell sometimes, because he just straight up likes to just morph his legs sometimes out of nowhere, so unfortunately I missed that shot. But I managed to just straight up down him anyway. I was trying to go for a leg shot because whenever you do shots in legs in Resident Evil 2 Remake, you can actually kill the zombies actually by doing leg shots. Like, leg shots will actually kill zombies, actually. Like, it will kill them in, like, 100% chances. Well, not... Well, when they're in water, it will kill them, basically. But when they're not on water, they will... Like, if they're in water, they'll die if you do a leg shot on them. Like, long story short, they'll straight up just die if you do a leg shot on them and they're in water. But if you're, like... If they're not on water, they're not gonna die, obviously, because they have to drown, obviously. So it's like if they're on water, they'll just straight up, if you do a leg shot on them, they'll just straight up drown and stuff like that. So keep a note of that for in the sewers whenever you're surrounded around water and you have zombies on your tail, because doing leg shots on them and their legs is the best option to drown their asses. Probably not going to be something you want to rely on for a speedrun, but for a regular playthrough, pretty much going to have to use that. Definitely going to have to use that for no death strats as well. They don't even bother grabbing you in the legs. But we got rid of that zombie there, and he didn't get in the way. He's going to get directly in your way if you don't do a leg shot on him with the Magnum there, so yeah. Another instance of the Magnum. I got lucky, and none of these guys clock-blocked my way, so I was able to scoot right by, and I was out. Now we're at it. Gonna equip the Spark Striker here, still. Still gotta cheese this guy with a Spark Striker around. If they're all blocking way, just straight up kill them, basically. Because we got enough ammo to just straight up kill the G-Mutants with the Spark Striker anyway. Straight up the best option to cheese them. And you can see that zombie, like, as a dumbass, he decided to just jump in the water and thought he was gonna get me. But meanwhile, it's a million miles away. So he was able to just straight up fuck off. Like, he'll always fuck off the second you just straight up dodge around that G-Mutant there. Especially the fact that G-Mutant's, like, so easy to deal with, so. Anyhow. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the back to the item box here. Trade the med spray with the crank. And we're coming over here, solving the solution to this puzzle. Put Ares right here. I mean, put Leo right there. Put Leo right there and stuff, and such and such. And then we're gonna put Stubborn Taurus right here. And then we're gonna put Cranky Aquarius right there. And then we're going to put Cancered right over here. And Ares is gonna stay right here. Anyhow.
Alright, Sherry. On my way.
So now that we're done with that, you can just straight up go on ahead and straight up go over here and fight the boss. I go on ahead and use my no death strats on Birkin here in order to cheese him. My no death strats is gonna be more worth it to use during this boss because I was sick and tired of resetting off of this asshole here. You don't take damage whenever this happens. Like, you take 0 points of damage. It's just a dramatic effect, just to scare you. So we're gonna wait for the eyeball to flash through the hole here. You have to be quick, unfortunately, because sometimes he likes to just straight up be a dick and just push his eyeballs and make it go away sometimes. But you don't want to blast it way too early sometimes. It has to be a good timing point. It's like when you hear the sound, basically sitting at that corner position, that's basically when you need to do it.
Should have known you would have died.
If we're fast enough and get lucky enough, we can avoid Birkin attacking us, and he'll go down by 2 grenades right here. If we're fast enough and we're lucky enough. Sometimes he'll straight up charge at you anyway, but we got to be quick and careful here at cheesing him. And I got like lucky as fucking hell, and this asshole decided to charge at me, and I got lucky with a dodge. So that's all luck base right there. So we gotta pay attention to the eyeball during this fight after cheesing with the knife and the flashbang. And once he gets back up, that's basically when we quit the flashbang immediately and wait for him to get to the circle corner here, and I'll take one more flame round to get rid of him here, but I'd actually pray that he would go down with that flame round, because I don't want him to turn around here and run the risk of staying at this bad position here. I didn't press it early because I didn't want it to fucking run the risk of him getting up way too quickly, because sometimes you just straight up be asshole and just straight up get up way too quickly. There is a possible chance you can get a Lucky Magnum dodge, well, Lucky Magnum skip here with the Magnum and just shoot him in his eyeball. And you can get, like, no, in his arm, which has the eyeball, and you can just try to get the Lucky Magnum hit. And if you do, you'll down him instantly. With only one flame round that was used on him once.
Wait, that cable car.
But it's unaware that you might get it, but we'd rather save those mag rounds for 3 zombies in the lab and use some of them on G3.
Hold on, Sherry.
Just so we can get rid of his eyeballs more
We're
quicker.
gonna be fine.
The Spark Shark was just only useful for the G-Mutants. That was about it.
Almost there, Sherry. We're almost there. I'm good. Cable car.
My PC setup, I'm going to obviously just basically go for a program that works with better recording
Better check everything.
beef and this shit.
There's no turning back.
This tram is bound for Nest.
When I basically fix up my PC more and just get more better improvement when recording this. Because you can just see right there, the video just randomly decided to lag out and edit out my voice like an asshole. So, the recording booth here,
Just hold on, Sherry.
it just randomly edits out the, like, random recording out of nowhere for some reason. I have, like, literally no idea
For
why.
your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
So the lab, as long as we repair correctly during the sewers, we will have, like, less RNG during the lab. You just gotta equip the Spark Sharker for one particular enemy in the lab that can
Enjoy your visit.
potentially kill the run most of the time.
Okay.
Because you run the risk of getting hit by, like, one more enemy here. This is, like, the part where I know I'm not gonna really get hit like that. It just depends if G3 gets me or not, but I still have, like, enough health, so the lab's gonna last me. I just don't want to get hit by regular enemies. Just rather get hit by a boss rather than an enemy.
Our menu is designed for the nutritional.
There's no point in picking up those Spark Sharker rounds, because the Spark Sharker is useless for the rest of the game. All we need is just for, like, one more couple enemies to cheese with. We could just use it as group motherfuckers, just to straight up cheese them. I just use it as backup strats on group motherfuckers, because they're really just straight up annoying groups. They say don't shoot the group, well, I'm gonna shoot that asshole whether you like it or not. But anywho. That guy moves around immediately. He's a mover. Like, he moves the second, like, in the B scenarios. In the A scenarios, he doesn't really move like that, but I got scared and I thought he was gonna back grab me here. So I actually decided to just do a checkpoint because I got a lot scared because I wanted to get rid of that dagger in my inventory. I kind of actually, like, thought he was gonna magnet glue me to his hand immediately the second I opened the door, but the second I opened that door there, I thought that that zombie didn't, like, grab me immediately. I was thinking of that for a second, that he was, like, right behind me, but decided to just straight up not deal with the bullshit of constant momentum. Sorry, I had to pause the game here because I have to look up the solution to this puzzle with the SRT here. And I fucked up on that puzzle solution there off of... Not even memory, that was just basically the game just straight up, like, pushing a different button solution because I pressed the button a lot too early. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention this. You get the modulator in the B scenarios right off the bat. So, hopefully you saw me pick it up earlier, because we get that right off the bat, pretty much. Just straight up right off the bat. But yeah, that puzzle to the B scenarios is pretty different. So I decided to pause the game so I could avoid losing, like, decided to just see if I can look up the puzzle solution real quick. So I can avoid losing fucking time spamming the buttons and stuff like that. But I lost like a couple of seconds spamming the other buttons, basically. Anywho. Some of the times I did pause the game in this run was probably because I had to look up a puzzle solution real quick. It wasn't because I decided to just straight up go somewhere else, so don't really worry about that so much. This group motherfucker was like completely out of my way, so I went for the dodge here. Like, he looked like he was definitely out of the way, so I decided to just go for it because he looked like he was very far away, and if he would have jumped forward a little bit too more, I would have probably had no choice to shoot him with a spark shark around. But because I got lucky, and I have iframes on the ladder, he can't just randomly grab me as I'm getting off on the ladder. So, you know, I was like able to just go for it at this point. Fuck it, because straight up fuck him. The group motherfuckers are very annoying to dodge, but that guy, luckily, I got a dodge out of him that time. Same thing goes for lickers. But I went ahead and tried to go for a kill on that licker, because if I get lucky, I can avoid 2 of them as I'm coming back in there. Also, I went ahead and killed the zombies because they're pretty annoying to deal with. But just went on ahead and just straight up kill those guys, because sometimes the lickers are completely annoying as hell to dodge here. The licker murder hall is like the worst area in the game. Like straight up worst area in the game, like literally worse. So that was actually quite scary. I didn't actually expect to hear that sound there as it come out of there, but blasting a flame out of that licker. Well, that was weird. Like, the licker, he recovered way too quickly after I blasted him with a flame round, and then he just out of nowhere, just straight up out, actually decided to just got up and then fall. How the fuck did that happen, actually? That was kind of actually shocking. I got a lucky pattern and avoid getting hit here. Well, avoid getting one-shotted here, because I gotta save 3 of those hand grenades.
So much for weed infestation.
So because we're playing on consistent mode, these guys go down a lot early, and they straight up do not get up at all. So we can just pick up the solution to this puzzle here, and we can just straight up leave. Smear, explosion. Scoop motherfucker is easy to dodge around, ignore him. As long as you don't bump into walls, you're good to go. You can just dodge around him 100% of the time. Same thing with this guy, because he's not near the door. Just start blasting that guy with a spark shark around. Because we're facing this, we can just pick it up like this on the way out. Instead of just making turn movements as we're coming in the room for the first time. Mixing up those acid shells for G2. I actually fucked up. I was not supposed to pick up a blue gunpowder in one of the other rooms earlier, because we're not doing the dilly-dally around strats like we did in the A scenario, where we go upstairs, grab up another blue gunpowder, and, you know, mix up some other acid shells, You know, I forgot that how much acid shells it takes to kill a Birkin here in the B scenarios. I mean, B and A scenarios. Pretty sure it takes like a little bit of less thing. Probably like, for like consistent mode, probably like less, I guess. And also, while I was trying to scroll down, the game decided to cheese me there. Kind of dumb. When I come back to prove my time for these runs here, I'm gonna actually have to practice these bosses more, a little bit more. I think that this round is like kind of actually trash. Actually, now looking at this, basically the way I went with this, but because I could have proved a lot of more time out of this run, but I guess I got so impatient of resetting off of dumb bullshit attacks that I had to deal with in the B scenarios. Decided to just straight up go for the dumbest any percents ever. Anyhow. Can't. Just gonna pick up that right there, basically, even though I didn't have to, but because if I just avoid picking up that blue gunpowder, I could have saved like a little bit more seconds there, just straight up not combining that, because I could have gotten like a little bit more. Anywho, it doesn't matter. The point here is that we're just gonna go start the boss and make sure the acid shells are equipped for the boss when it starts, actually. So, equip the Magnum round here and blast him with an acid shell. Then we're gonna equip the Magnum again. And oh, well, it looks like we lost that shot, but still have to cheese him here. Decided to go on ahead and use the Spark Striker here, see if I can do a little bit more damage. Equip the Locker Launcher. And then we're gonna blast some acid shells, and we're gonna wait for him to start running. And ooh, that kind of actually scared me there, because I thought I was gonna get cheesed up. He would have gone up quicker enough. Birkin runs way too fast, though, so sometimes if you miss a shot, you gotta be careful how you meditate with it. Got lucky with that shot. He went face 2. I thought he was gonna hit me there. I got scared. So we're gonna blast multiple grenades as we can, sit by this position here. Just like we do in the A scenarios, to sit right over here. Once he's in phase 3, he's just picking up stuff, and if we're fast enough, we can avoid a little constant momentum. I decided to just equip the acid shell quickly as possible there, because I didn't want it to get hit there. You could pick up a flashbang if you want during this fight, and probably not flashbang, I mean Magnum rounds during this fight. Go over there to the corner and pick up some Magnum rounds if you want, instead of making it more harder to use the Locker Launcher, to just rely on shooting him with the acid shells, because we don't have the adapter grip to cause our range to the acid shells to just straight up do a direct hit. But you know, it would have probably like ate up like more seconds or so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Maybe it could be worth it, but you know, it's not always recommended due to the RNG for that. You don't want him to crouch you as you're doing that, and you also don't want to get distracted, because you got to focus on doing overflow damage as much as you can during that boss. As far as I'm aware, you're probably doing a little bit more overflow damage during that boss, but anywho. So,
I want to rush you, but we have to go.
pretty much, you know, during this playthrough, it looks like I didn't even get, like, this whole, like, run, this whole speed for the run here. I didn't even get hit, like, that many times, basically. I didn't even get hit more than one time, so I got, like, pretty lucky. Or maybe I did. Wait, is that right there? That's not like the green. I didn't even see like dark green and stuff like that. But anyhow, pretty much we're done. Basically, from this point forward, we could just straight up leave the lab, just grab Sherry on the way out, and we're out of here.
Thank you for being so
nice to me. For helping me. I'm really glad I met you.
I'm really glad I met you too, Sherry. But save your thanks until I get you out of this place.
But yeah, I am playing as Claire though, so you know, obviously I can do certain bossier dodges if I want. But I can't rely on it because it's 50-50 to dodge certain enemies. Basically, when it comes to dodging and stuff like that as Claire, specifically zombies and Groots. Zombies and Groots and just other enemies they have, like, especially Mr. X, have the exact same movement. Dodging zombies for Claire is 50-50, depends on which RNG you get with the dodge, and depends if it's close space. Claire, dodging Groot motherfuckers, it's not always reliable overall. I wouldn't really recommend the chances of doing it. But, you know, on such as, like, instance like this, it's just straight up easy to just run around them sometimes, because, you know, these guys are just sleeping, and we're playing as Claire, and these guys fall asleep. They're not even gonna grab us or Sherry, so we're good to go. But, you know, just straight up Groots are kind of annoying to dodge, actually. They're not always recommended dodge, because they're always going to be in tight, close spaces 100% of the time, and they're always going to be in the most bad areas to straight up cheese them. So, I wouldn't really recommend just straight up trying to go ahead and leave sleeping dogs lie sometimes, because it doesn't always work. Straight up killing the Groots is a better option. Sure, should be opening that door right there in 3, 2, 1, go. I said go.
I got it!
Huh. Nice work, Sherry.
You know, now if I think about it, I actually haven't seen if their HP value is tied to Sherry opening that door fast enough. Anywho. That guy will just straight up die if you burp in his face. Just straight up shoot him with any bullet and he'll die. You can even slash him to the head with a knife and he'll just straight up fall down without even trying to grab you.
Worth a try.
Same as usual. Because we're playing the B scenarios, after we fight Birkin here, that is not going to be it. That is not the last boss we have to fight for the B scenarios in Resident Evil 2 Remake. We have to actually save some minigun rounds a little bit for this boss. That's why I went out of my way to not use a hand grenade during the G3, so I can save like some ammo for this boss right here. So it's kind of actually a little RNG to tell what he's going to be here. But we're gonna the key of the boss is to shoot the eyeballs, pretty much. That's really more likely it. And the minigun has better ways of clearing ash right here than the boss, but you know you gotta get a little lucky here at choosing him. You have to be a dick. Fall down. Gotta keep shooting him in his eyeballs. We're trying to save our grenades, some more ammo for other resources, basically. And I got hit here, unfortunately. I thought I was gonna get hit again, but I got lucky as fuck and he died. So that was all luck-based right there. So pretty much, you know, that is not it, pretty much. I wouldn't recommend keep shooting him here, because we already killed him. This is already it that we could use for this boss. There's no point of even bothering shooting him ever again. Because we're pretty much done. There's literally no point. Just don't even bother shooting him no more. He's dead. You did your job, you did your damage. That's just forced out of habit from just straight up doing that. I don't actually know if it causes him to stay dead or not. I don't know if it causes him to die quicker, but he dies anyway, basically. It just takes like half of, like about 10 seconds before he... 10 or 15 seconds before he dies. I don't actually know if that causes him to die quicker.
Claire!
Anyhow.
It's okay. I'm here. We're getting out of here. what's the first thing you want to do when we get out of here?
I want to see where you live.
Good. 'Cause I take a shower.
Yeah.
Really? That bad? Oh, yeah.
Claire!
Leon! It's so good to see you.
I told you we'd make it, didn't I?
You did.
Who's this?
This is Sherry.
Okay. Jesus!
What was that?
I don't know.
You stay here with Sherry. I'm gonna go check it out.
So this next encounter is fucking easy. Like, you can't mess this up. Hopefully you didn't went nilly-nilly and waste all your grenades earlier, because we need it for this session. In order for us to save some ammo on killing him here. This is enough ammo to kill him here, but we're doing it in a way by saving those grenades here to make this faster, pretty much. Just straight up go by faster by completing his HP to 0. So, blasting a grenade there. You just gotta blast it in the middle of the core, do not blast it in the upwards. I'm not sure that causes more damage, but, you know, just, you know, just like Claire say, we got enough bullets, so back up a little bit. Just keep blasting acid shells. And when he opens his eyeball, this is enough. This is literally a fucking enough. So that's it. So there you go. Just wait for him to open his eyeball, and there you go. That was my Resident Evil 2 Remake, Claire's the scenario in Episodes. Speedrun. Final time, I'm pretty sure, was recorded in 59 minutes or so. So, yeah. Hope you enjoy. If you like this, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all. Well, also, like, follow my socials as well, too. I have Snapchat and Twitter. So, yeah, follow me on there. And also, I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Give me your hand!
So, are you guys, like, boyfriend and girlfriend?
No. We're just... well, we actually just met last night.
Yeah. That would have been one hell of a first date, though.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Look! He might be able to give us a ride.
What if it's not just the city?
Get Sherry out of here.
Come on.
Hey, that was Live Another Day by the great.
He was friendly.
So, is it over?
I don't know. But if it's not, we'll stop it. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, you damn right we will.
As long as we stick together, we'll be fine. Come on.
Hey, you guys can adopt me.
Adopt you.
We can get a puppy.
Puppy.
And a parrot.
Parrot.
I always wanted pets, but my mom said they're too messy.
Next up on this boring Wednesday is a song to get your blood pumping.
Where did the time go? Running There's two sides to every story. The defeat of the pain.